Hi, this is Alessio. Hope you're well. In this video, I want to have a quick look at the chart of Bitcoin, but also the chart of XRP after the severe drops we've seen in both XRP and also on the chart of Bitcoin. By the way, these were drops we had been anticipating. So if you watched our previous videos and member videos, then you'll know we had been predicting this drop, which occurred just recently on both XRP and Bitcoin to some key levels of support. So let's dig into the charts and talk about Bitcoin and XRP. Join me. Alright guys, welcome back. So in a few moments, I'm going to dig in very quickly to the chart of XRP after this crypto drop to the key levels, the 21 weekly moving average, a key level that I mentioned on Saturday, if you remember my video just a couple of days ago. And before we do that, I just want to cover Bitcoin here as well. By the way guys, let me just say this. If one day AI, artificial intelligence, starts making these YouTube videos, here's how you can tell the difference between an AI-made video and my videos, which is that I don't think artificial intelligence can ever provide you the level of contempt and hatred that I have for human stupidity and human ignorance. Because guys, let me say this. I know you as my audience are intelligent and sophisticated people. What I'm about to say here does not apply to you because I know you're amazing and great people. Again, I love my audience and I want to thank you very much for watching my videos. But as I'm sure you know, there's a lot of people in the crypto community who are just absolutely ignorant and stupid. They're so in love with their favorite crypto that they completely ignore objectivity. They ignore the charts. So for example, in the video that I posted just a few days ago about XRP, when I said XRP was going to drop to the 21 weekly moving average, the level it just dropped to, I got a whole bunch of insults. Again, very insulting, rude comments to me, which by the way is okay. I love it when people are rude to me and insulting to me in the comments because it shows to me that I'm probably right. So for those trolls who post comments on my videos and just say horrible things to me, that's okay. Keep it coming because it just shows how ignorant some of these people are. Okay, let's go back to the chart of Bitcoin before we go on to XRP. Bitcoin dropped down to an important support level that you can see there. That's the trend line support, this rising trend line support, all right, which goes back to 2021, 2022, and we're once again testing this support. We haven't broken it. We're still holding that support, okay? So we're still hugging and holding that support level. Let's see if it continues. I mean, there's a possibility that Bitcoin may extend a bit lower to the 21 weekly moving average here. It might test that, possibly, but I think as long as Bitcoin, again, continues to hold this supporting level between the trend line and the 21 weekly here, the 21 weekly moving average, there's still potential hope for Bitcoin to likely rally to new highs. I'll cover that in more detail in the member videos. By the way, if you watch my previous member videos, then you'll know I actually called this recent drop to the 91 and this trendline support level in my recent member videos. In fact, here's a very quick clip and we'll come back. That has increased the likelihood that what we're dealing with here is a false break of resistance. And that means what we could be dealing with here on Bitcoin is a situation where this could be an A wave down, A wave, and that would mean this most recent rally was a likely B wave. And as we know, B waves tend to be bull traps, especially if they take out resistance. And that means we could be dealing with a C wave drop and pullback into this region. Okay, so the region between approximately 91K to 90K to potentially even to the 87K region there. But I should say that requires Bitcoin to take out 99,400 to confirm that potential wave count. Again, for now, pressure remains to the downside. So I'm still seeing more downside risk here for a move down to this region. The 100% extension about just near 90K to this region really. The 100 EMA is approximately there, just near 92,500. But I think we could see this region being tested. All right, guys, as you heard in a recent member video, I was calling for Bitcoin to actually drop down to this supporting structure between the 100 moving average here, the 100 daily moving average to this supporting structure between 91 to about 90 to 87K. Now, it hasn't come down to 90 or 87K, but it did at the very least, again, touch the 100 daily moving average to the 91K, approximately just over 91K there. Just so far so good. And that means, guys, from an Elliott wave perspective, it is quite probable that what we're dealing with here is pretty much what I mentioned in the member video as well, which is that we're likely dealing with an A wave down. Okay, so this drop here was an A wave down. This was a B wave bounce, which are typically bull traps. As we know, B waves are typically bull traps. I actually said that this particular rally and bounce, because it failed to go above the prior high, was very likely a B wave bounce, which means what? Which means a likely C wave down to the lows here. And that, I think, is what is happening right now. I think we've got a C wave here as part of a larger ABC pattern. Now, again, the C wave could potentially extend a bit lower, but the bottom line is I'm still seeing this as a larger correction, a larger corrective pattern before we extend higher to over 110K. So again, I'm still remaining bullish and positive despite this drop. Again, I still think the path of least resistance and the trend on Bitcoin is still higher to new all-time highs in the next several weeks and months. Again, I'm not saying immediately, but likely in the next several weeks and months, I'm looking for Bitcoin to go above the highs that it made there, above 110K. Why? Because this is part of a larger corrective pattern, an ABC corrective pattern. Now, of course, if Bitcoin were to drop significantly, let me just say if, I'm not saying this was going to happen. Again, I'm remaining bullish on Bitcoin for the longer term, but if Bitcoin was not able to hold this trendline support or the 21 weekly moving average, and if we see a sustained move, below both these levels, then we may come to the conclusion that there's a strong risk of a potential top in Bitcoin. However, I should say this, that I don't think that Bitcoin has topped. Okay, so I'm still remaining bullish. As I just mentioned, I think that the higher probability is that we've likely, and we'll just bring this a bit closer. Yeah, I still think that this drop here on Bitcoin is still part of a larger ABC corrective pattern that I just showed to you. So again, A wave down, B wave, C wave, similar to what I described in the member video. So that means, because I think this is a correction, that means I still think we have higher levels to go above the prior highs of January to new all-time highs. And again, we'll cover the targets on Bitcoin in the member videos. Okay, let's go on to the chart of XRP. So as far as XRP is concerned, guys, if you watched my Saturday video just 2 days ago, I warned of a high risk of a drop to where? To the 21 weekly moving average. That blue line you see right there on the chart. I said that if we break 2.65, then very likely we're going to go down to the 21 weekly. In fact, there's a very short clip of my video. What I think is quite probable is that once XRP breaks below support at this grayish line, again at 2.65, that makes it more likely for it to move down to the 21 weekly moving average, that blue line, which again is catching up with the price. I think eventually there's going to be a meeting between the price and the 21 weekly in the next several weeks. All right, guys, so as you heard, we've been expecting, again, you and I have been expecting this drop down to the 21 weekly. It was no surprise. I think the only people who were surprised were the numbskulls, the imbeciles in the XRP community and in the crypto community who just refuse to believe that price can have a pullback or a drop of any sort. Okay, those were the people who were writing insulting comments to me. That's okay. Guys, I want to make this clear. I don't hate the trolls. I love the trolls. I love these ignorant people out there. Why? Because they help us. The more these numbskulls, the more these imbeciles write these hateful comments to me, it's okay. It means that we're probably on the right side. So thank you very much, YouTube trolls, because all you're doing is embarrassing yourself. Guys, so we've broken below support, as we anticipated, and we dropped down to the key level of support, the important support level here at the 21 weekly. Okay, and we bounced, which is a good sign, by the way. That's a positive sign because, as you know, a good sign of an uptrend is when price can hold the 21 weekly moving average. And as I explained on Saturday, we don't yet have a sign of a top. We could see a pullback, but that's not the same thing as a top. And actually, I think there are now two potential wave counts on XRP. Okay, what are the wave counts? Well, let's just draw back this a little bit. So as I explained, I think that XRP has been in a nice ABC A wave from 2022, B wave, okay, as we can see there, and then a nice C wave rally. Now, if that's the case, so as I explained on Saturday, I think the higher probability is, well, there are two potential scenarios now. Either this was our wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in which case, if this is correct, and if XRP was to drop below 1.76, their recent lows, that's the new support, because it broke the 1.99, 1.96 level and then bounced. So if XRP, again, it's an if it were to drop below this support, that would confirm we've topped in the wave 5 of C. However, there is another possibility. Let me show you the other possibility. The other possibility is this, that, I'll do this in yellow, that this was our wave 3, but that this is our wave 4. And that would mean, why? Because there is a chance that this was a larger ABC pattern. So the A wave down, B wave, because B waves can often be bull traps, as we explained, and that would be a potential C wave. As long as XRP can protect and stay above this recent low at 1.76, then the higher probability is that this is the likely wave count, that we've had a large wave 4 correction, that this drop here was the C wave of this large ABC correction. And that would mean what? That would mean we have potentially one more higher high in XRP to the 3.5, 3.8 to $4 range, this region. That would be our likely wave 5 target for XRP. By the way, I should say, currently this is what I'm expecting. I think this is the likely scenario for XRP. Again, provided, as long as XRP can remain above this recent low, that's the level I'm talking about, at about 1.76. So, in other words, guys, as long as XRP can remain above that recent low we had today at 1.76, there is a chance that that's the wave count we're dealing with for a large ABC correction, okay, A wave, B wave, C wave, and I think the C wave of this wave 4 has not completed here at the weekly 21 EMA, a key support level. And again, as long as XRP, as long as price can hold 1.76 and stay above that level and protect that level, and provided XRP, I would say as long as XRP can also take out the $3 level there, or at least 2.7, 2.8, there is a chance that XRP can actually rally to the wave 5 targets there, about 3.5, 3.8 to the $4 range. Again, for that wave 5, okay, as part of a larger degree C wave. And by the way, that would still be part of a larger C wave, okay? So in other words, the C wave in this situation would extend higher into the upper range. Okay. Now, some of you are probably asking, could XRP go above that? That's something we'll discuss in another video in the future. That's provided, by the way, that's only if XRP stays above support of 1.76, and as long as it can take out the more recent high, the January highs. Okay. By the way, this particular scenario and wave count for a larger wave 4 correction at 21 weekly moving average, this bullish scenario, in other words, at the moment to me is a higher probability. Okay. But XRP would have to prove itself. It has to prove itself. I just mentioned, again, sorry for repeating this point, XRP would have to, first of all, protect this support at 1.76. Why? Because if XRP was to break down and see a sustained move, if we see a sustained move and break below 1.76, then guys, no, that would potentially indicate a top. In other words, if XRP was to break down with severe force below 1.76, that would mean we've likely seen a top in the C wave, and that would mean significant downside risk. By the way, I should say, because of the recent strong bounce we've seen in XRP and Bitcoin, that is now a lower probability. It's not impossible, but that is not at the moment what I'm expecting, because it seems XRP is trying to protect that support, that low there at 1.76. And again, as long as XRP stays above that, I think that there's a chance for the C wave here to extend a bit higher to 3.5 to the $4 range. Okay. By the way, I know there's some imbeciles, again, some of those trolls watching this video right now, who are saying, oh, Alessio is saying that XRP is going to go up and it's going to go down. So no matter what happens, he can say he's right.
You dumb mother.
Oh my goodness. Guys, these trolls embarrass themselves when they say these silly comments. Because, as I'm sure you know, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that XRP, the price is going to go up and it's going to go down. I've clearly said which path is much more likely. In my videos, I always tell you which scenario, which path is much more probable. Because we're dealing with an uncertain market. Because, as I'm sure you know, the markets, including crypto, are chaotic. That means they're non-linear. Okay, so they're unpredictable. These herds of silly people in the crypto community, they don't listen to what I'm saying. Okay, they don't listen to the analyst. They just say silly comments like that because they think they're being smart, but actually they're embarrassing themselves. So let's see if XRP can now protect and stay above the 21 weekly moving average and the recent low at 1.76. As long as it can do that, bulls still remain in control. Guys, before I finish, let me say this. If you haven't yet subscribed to these videos, please do so. Hit the subscribe button and also please enable notifications. And also please click like if you've gained something from this video. Thank you very much indeed. I look forward to seeing the next video update.